With half the world in lockdown currently, you've probably rewatched a lot of your favourite shows and are looking for something new. Well, look no further. In this video, I'll run through 10 great shows to binge watch from a variety of different genres. If you're new to my channel, hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. Welcome to the Film Essay. Nick Pizzolato's 2014 series of True Detective Season 1 is a hypnotic and brilliant murder mystery, starring Matthew McConaughey and Woody Harrelson. Constructed as a non-linear narrative in the petrochemical jungle of backwoods Louisiana, this 20-year manhunt for a satanic serial killer is both a thrilling mystery and an intense character study for McConaughey and Harrelson, as we watch the impact this murder case has on both of the detectives' lives. Boasting 5 Emmys, including Outstanding Directing for the series creator Pizzolato, True Detective is a groundbreaking show that intelligently encapsulates the philosophies of nihilism and pessimism, and is one of my all-time favorites.
I think human consciousness was a tragic misstep in evolution. We became too self-aware. Nature created an aspect of nature separate from itself. We are creatures that should not exist by natural law.
That sounds god-fucking awful, Rush.
Nathan For You, a docu-reality comedy show starring comedian Nathan Fielder, premiered on Comedy Central in 2013. In the show, Fielder attempts to use his business background to help small businesses, offering the owners hilarious and outlandish strategies that cleverly parody the real-life methods of marketing consultants. A great source of the show's comedy is the manner that Fielder persuades and manipulates members of the public, using his position as a show host in front of the camera. Like Sacha Baron Cohen in Borat and Bruno, Fielder justifies his absurd plans and behaviours by using the guise of being a successful business show, and in doing so reveals small truths about human nature.
The average gym member in America spends over $700 a year to perform physical labor that's very similar to the work that David's employees do. So if we can make a convincing argument that moving boxes and furniture from house to house is a better workout than going to the gym, David could tap into an endless supply of labor that would actually pay him for the opportunity to move stuff. The plan? Turn the job of moving into America's next fitness craze.
Hulu's 2020 series, based on Sally Rooney's best-selling book, is a romance and psychological drama that lays bare the highs and lows of young relationships. From its exceptional soundtrack and stylized cinematography to its brilliant casting and acting, Normal People is a show that hits close to home for many people, highlighting the beauty, intimacy and brutality of turbulent young relationships in a way that never feels patronizing to its audience. The series has been widely praised by major critics and publications, and is the BBC's most streamed show of 2020, with 62 million viewers.
It's money though, isn't it? The substance that makes the world real.
Yeah.
It's so corrupt. And sexy.
Another BBC show, The Thick of It, is as funny and cathartic as it is intelligent and prophetic, satirising the inner workings of the British government. With a huge range of characters, the show satirically depicts how the government operates on a day-to-day basis, from bumbling ministers and arrogant junior advisors to the endless press work of the terrifying spin doctor Malcolm Tucker, expertly played by Peter Capaldi. As funny as it is frightening, The Thick of It displays the media-focused and cutthroat world of modern politics, displaying the constant battle between the government, the press and the manipulation of public opinion, and it's a wild ride from its comic start to its prophetic end.
Look, just wind back, right? Let's get this straight, just so I can deal with you two properly. How much is this bank?
Well, 2 billion.
Sweet
2 billion?
crazy heaven.
All right, you don't need to shit yourself about it because we're not buying it. Okay, it's funded by taxes.
Oh,
Okay.
great, the triple. I'm a nurse killer, a banker, and now I'm raising fucking taxes!
Fargo Season 1 follows hitman Lorne Malvo, played by Billy Bob Thornton, who stops at a hospital in Minnesota following a car accident, and influences local mild-mannered insurance salesman Lester, played by Martin Freeman, with his violent and deceptive ways. Based on the Coen brothers' classic film of the same name, the show both pays tribute to and expands upon its predecessor, tonally achieving the same balance between comedy and intense drama, and using the bleak, beautiful Minnesota landscape to its cinematographic advantage. Each season of Fargo is its own self-contained story, and while the later seasons are worth a watch, I especially recommend the first season alone.
Hey, mister, we're not friends. I mean, maybe we will be someday. But I gotta say, if that were me, In your position, I would have killed that man. Well, no. Come on.
BOJACK Horseman, an animated comedy drama, is a fascinating show that explores the human condition through its anthropomorphic array of animal characters. The range of characters, each with their own particular life view and philosophy, allows the show to reflect on the advantages and limitations of every approach to dealing with the human condition, such as the optimist, the pessimist, the happy-go-lucky type, and the career-minded sort. It's a dark comedy that grows and matures with each season, finishing as an astonishing study of addiction, depression, and the search for happiness.
Everyone was worried about you, you know. You can't just disappear. You really hurt a lot of people.
Sometimes you need to take responsibility for your own happiness.
You don't think that's a little selfish?
I don't know what to tell you. I'm happy for the first time in my life, and I'm not going to feel bad about it. It takes a long time to realize how truly miserable you are, and even longer to see that it doesn't have to be that way. Only after you give up everything can you begin to find a way to be happy.
On the 10th of January 1999, a mob boss walks into a psychiatrist's office. What happened with this crime drama over the course of the next 10 years revolutionised television forever. The show made literary symbolism, cinematic style, long-form storytelling, and complicated anti-heroes the norm for high-end TV dramas. The late James Gandolfini's performance as depressed mob boss Tony Soprano cements the show as a superb character study. With 6 seasons worth of episodes, a huge range of brilliant characters, and exceptional writing throughout, it's easy to see why this show changed the face of television.
You alright?
My leg's broken, the bone's coming through.
Let me see. I'll give you a fucking bone, you prick! Where's my fucking money?
After being renewed for 4 more seasons, It's Always Sunny is now the longest running scripted comedy ever, and it's not hard to see why. Always Sunny is a show that managed to stay true to its origins, never letting production companies, networks, or the public eye change the creative and daring vision behind the show. A deliberately cheap take on the sitcom, it stars a gang of borderline alcoholics who would be actively hateful if they weren't so hilarious. The show cleverly paints itself as an anti-sitcom, as the lead characters all gradually decline season on season, doubling down on their resentful, alcoholic and degenerate ways, and allowing for some original and hilarious comedy.
We'll send it back. We'll say, I don't want that. Yeah, we'll tell them that Chilean wine is out of season, and that their taste in wine in general is very poor. No, we gotta be more subtle than that. I don't want them to know that we're thinking about them. What are you doing? What are you doing? Are you staring at them? Yeah, dude, Charlie's looking right at me. Stop it. Dude, stop it. He stopped playing it, stop. All right, you know what, goddammit, I'm just gonna pour the wine out.
Another great black comedy is Fleabag, a television series created and written by Phoebe Waller-Bridge based on her one-woman show first performed in 2013. The show continually breaks the fourth wall, giving us an insight into Fleabag's mental state and worldview, and allowing for a more personal level of comedy. Clever and viciously funny, Fleabag is a touching, wildly inventive comedy about a complicated young woman navigating the aftermath of trauma, utilising a great cast of supporting actors and bringing a breath of fresh air to BBC comedy.
So why do you think your father suggested you come for counselling?
I think because my mother died and he can't talk about it. And my sister and I didn't speak for a year because she thinks I tried to sleep with her husband, and because I spent most of my adult life using sex to deflect from the screaming void inside my empty heart. I'm good at this. Although I don't really do that anymore.
You close with your family?
We get on with it.
Vince Gilligan, creator of both Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, has single-handedly changed the face of modern television over the last 13 years, with 2 mammoth shows that have dominated award ceremonies and online streaming platforms. Breaking Bad is a show that needs no introduction. Bryan Cranston's portrayal of a high school teacher turned drug kingpin Walter White is career-defining, and the New Mexico cinematography, diverse soundtrack, and exceptional writing cements Breaking Bad as the greatest TV show ever made, in my opinion. Better Call Saul, the spin-off series released after Breaking Bad, is a surprising comedy drama show that moves away from the thrilling action of Breaking Bad, focusing on ex-con artist Jimmy McGill and his attempts to become a successful evil lawyer. Utilising the same brilliant writing, soundtrack and cinematography of its predecessor, and oozing with the same brilliance, Better Call Saul is a fascinating, funny and moving character study and legal drama set in the Wild West-esque landscape of New Mexico.
Big job at the illustrious HHM. Chance to play at the palace. Little old me. You have no idea what's going on. You're a teensy tiny man in a teensy weensy little bubble.
Oh, Jimmy.
Oh, don't you fucking owe Jimmy me. You look down on me, you pity me. Walk away. That's right, Howard. You know why I didn't take the job? Because it's too small.
Before I finish, I wanted to highlight a couple of honourable mentions that I didn't include in the 10 core recommendations, but are still very worth a watch. Twin Peaks, the BBC show I May Destroy You, the Eric Andre show, The Queen's Gambit, and People Just Do Nothing. If I've missed out any shows, let me know in the comments down below, and please subscribe for loads more content.